Okay, we are going to look at how to install and update resources. We're going to review how to install and update resources and also review how to create a text collection. So first, I want you to install some resources that you don't have that you may want. So go to this 3-line bar and click on Download Install Resources. And to filter out all the extra resources, you can click on this box, Show Resources Only in Language that Match My Installed Resources and Projects. And that hides like 1,700 resources. If I don't have that, then I'm going to see all of these resources from languages that have nothing to do with my projects. So I want to click this box. I want to click this box to hide all of those resources. Now I can go through carefully and decide what resources I want, and if they need an update, then it'll have a green updated button on it. I don't think any of my resources need updating, but if yours need updating, it'll have a green update on it, and then you'll click on that also. Now, I can scroll through this and decide maybe I want the Christian Standard Bible. So I click on this. Maybe I want, I can go through this and decide what I do and don't want. Now, in this process, I can also remove resources that are in my collection. So by clicking this uninstall button. So say there's a resource that I don't use, I can save space on my computer by removing that resource, and it'll save space and make Paratext run smoother. So I can just scroll through this, decide what I do and don't want. So these images, this handbook, make sure this handbook is installed. Everybody should have the handbook installed. For the enhanced resources, it takes up a lot of space. So just choose the one that you're actually going to use. So I would recommend the NRSV because that's your base text, and then the Swahili version that you use to reference in your translation. So maybe I want the NASB, the New King James Version. So I don't need the RSV enhanced resource because I have the NRSV enhanced resource. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Would you like to uninstall this resource? Yes. Okay. Go through. Here's all the Swahili. And I don't know Swahili, so I technically I don't need all of these, but I installed them because of maybe some support work that I'll do in Tanzania. So now I'll download these resources and any updates that need to be done. And depending on what you did, this might take a while, especially if you got an enhanced resource. That might take a while. Okay. So now it opened up one of them that I installed. So now we're gonna review how to open these resources. So I could just go in here. Here are my projects, and I can look at my projects, and then I can deselect that and hide the projects, and then go to my resources, hide my resources, enhance resources. So I want to look at the NRSV. So I'm going to open that, open, and then maybe I'm going to look at, okay, resources. See, I have too many resources here. I'm not going to use all of these. I should have deleted more. But anyways, many of them are dictionaries. So I'm actually going to sort them by type because I don't want to open any dictionaries right now. So here, if you sort them by type, you can click here, sort by type, or you can sort them by language. So, but I want to sort them by type, source language. Okay, do I want the Hebrew and Greek? So as an exegete, I use the Hebrew and Greek. So I'm going to open that one, and I'm going to click on that, but I'm going to hold my control key and click on the next resource that I want. I want the handbook. I want the NIV. I want the NRSV. You probably want the Swahili. And any other English translations you want. The rest of these are dictionaries. Now, I don't tend to put the dictionary up for regular use. I use that as more of a research tool. So instead of tabs here, I want to make it a text collection. So I switch this to text collection for these resources. So I click OK, and then I have my text collection. And this opened as a tab, which I didn't want to happen. So now I can right-click this and open as a floating window. And then I can drag this so that it's separate from that and not a tab. Okay. If you wanted a tab, then you just drag this to on top of this part, and it'll make it a tab. So then you have the tabs. You have this one, and then you have this one. You have your text collections, and then you have this NRSV enhanced resource. But I want them separate, so I'm going to drag it back out. And I want these in 2 columns. So I'm going to go back to my 3 window and hit 2 columns. And I still need the Kurewe. So I open. This time I'm going to deselect everything except projects. And I'm going to find my Kurewe and double click. And that'll open up also into a tab. Okay, so now you can arrange this in lots of different ways, but you have your text collection here, and once you click on a resource, it'll open up on this right panel so that you can see more of it. Okay, so that's a review of how to install, download resources, and how to open it in your text collection. All right, bye-bye.